Yeah, I'm taking on the stand of sex work being decriminalized so that sex workers can be able to live freely, work freely like every other person. Sex work is work. It's more like a profession that is existing. Just as we have the lawyers, the doctors, everybody have their choice of job. So for the fact that one are choosing sex work as their own profession, they should be treated equally like every other person. They should be able to assess justice. They should be able to live free from violence. They should be able to go out, engage with people without any form of stigma or discrimination. The stereotyping should end. But if sex work is not decriminalized, people will be seeing them differently. But when it's decriminalized, people will see them like every other woman, every other human out there. There are male sex workers, there are transgender sex workers, there are female sex workers. They exist like every other person. So the government trying to decriminalize sex work is the only option where we know that sex workers can achieve justice at any time. When sex work is decriminalized, people can be able to respect sex workers. People can be able to associate with them, do things with them without looking at them like cost being. When sex work is decriminalized, healthcare services will be given to sex workers without any form of stigma or discrimination. When sex work is decriminalized, anybody can walk up to any sex worker and say, fine, I want to do business with you. When sex work is decriminalized, sex worker can actually access government loans, without any form of rejection in the basis of their choice of job. So that is why we feel there's a need for the government to start looking into our laws and policies that criminalizes any activities of sex workers, even the third parties. As an organization, we've been doing a lot in terms of, first and foremost, making sex workers understand the right they have as sex workers, as human beings first. Criminalization, and for the government to start decriminalizing sex work, it takes a process. People, first of all, have to understand this is the stance of sex workers, this is what they do, this is how they live, this is how they should be treated. So as an organization, we've tried so much in terms of trying to educate sex workers of their basic right. We've done a lot of capacity building for sex workers. We've done a lot of engagement in terms of engaging with government agencies like police, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Justice, and like part of our meeting, you see them coming, Human Rights Commission. A lot of people are doing a lot of advocacies, both at the higher level, to see a way that the government can look into the decriminalization of sex workers as a way of reducing human rights abuse against sex workers. So we still join forces with those that have been doing that a lot. Organizations like Atlan Alliance have actually done a lot too in terms of engaging with government agencies, the law enforcers, for them to see a way that we can actually collaborate together and work and see that this criminalization of sex work is being absorbed, like a way that the laws can be amended. So while we're doing that with others, while we're trying to put in that sensitization, we are also doing that, sensitizing the law enforcers and the government agencies for them to start seeing sex workers different. And our program have actually done that over the years. Out there, I want them to understand that they are human and they shouldn't give anyone any chance of treating them like less human. They should understand that they have the power to say no to all forms of abuse against them and their children. And also for our government out there, I want them to understand that sex workers are human. They are people's mom, they are people's children, they are people's daughters, they have families out there. And there is a need for them to amend all unfavorable laws that criminalizes the activities of sex workers, because someone you love somewhere is a sex worker.